And I'm Tarik.
And we are Beyond Blocks, here to help you get the most from your Lego.
Every episode we choose a different topic and quiz each other while building something based on that topic.
So, let's get building. Episode, we're going to be looking at the legend of St. George and the Dragon.
It's very British of you, sir.
I'm very Turkish, actually. I think you'll find.
We'll see.
So we're both going to build dragons today.
Everyone wants a dragon, don't they? Really?
For sure. I'm going to build my one from the Lego Creator 3-in-1 set with dinosaurs, because I decided that this T-Rex here, he looks kind of like a dragon anyway. I figured if I make a couple of modifications, maybe give him some flame coming out of his mouth, he'll look just like one.
Brilliant. Right, so I went digging through my old Lego bucket, and I pulled out this winner. It's an old Minecraft set, number 21151, okay? And now I'm not that good at Minecraft and all that. I don't really even know what it's all about, but I discovered that this beast is called the Ender Dragon. The Ender Dragon, which I think sounds pretty intense and bleak for like a kid's game. I don't know, do you get Minecraft?
I think it's like online Lego, isn't it? You sort of you kind of put pieces together and build new things. So actually, maybe we should get it. Maybe we should get into it.
Maybe it's like advanced Lego.
So yeah, I played Minecraft, and I just ended up digging this hole, like metaphorically and actually. I just ended up digging a hole and I couldn't get out of it.
Brilliant. All right, can we get building?
Yeah, I've already started. Let's go.
Right.
All right, who's first then?
Go on then, I'll go first. All right, name 4 other countries that St. George is also the patron saint of.
Okay, because you see, over here in Britain, we think of St. George as our patron saint, don't we? So we think it's all ours. So it kind of, when I was doing the research, I found it quite funny that not only is he not ours, everyone else thinks he's theirs as well. Ethiopia. Ethiopia's one. Portugal. There's somewhere in Spain, but I don't know if you can count it as a country.
Controversial. Very controversial.
So, what, so start a Basque country or something?
Yes.
How many? 4?
There's a clue.
I can name all
there's
of
a
them.
clue. One more, and there's a clue in the guy's name.
Georgia.
Thank you.
Oh, I'll give you an easy one to start then. Whereabouts was St. George born? Their patron saint of the UK, of England. You know, where was our English saint born?
Now, think this. I don't trust you anymore. I don't trust you. When you say easy question, now I'm like, you know, he's fooling me. He's tricking me.
I'm trying not to do any tricks this week.
You see, that itself might be a trick. What do you want? Do you want a country, a city, a town, a street, a house number?
Yeah, just the first part of his postcode is fine.
I could probably give you that, actually. If I thought long and hard enough, I could probably give you that. Because was he not born in Turkey?
I reckon you probably could. All right, so you got Turkey. You reckon you can do better than Turkey?
Now, the thing is in Turkey, so there are like, oh God, now this is going to embarrass me, but there was something like, 68 cities or something like that in Turkey.
What, at the time of his birth or right now?
Huh?
At the time of George's birth or right now?
Right now.
Okay.
And it's probably not 68. I really should Google that before just throwing it out there. But so like all postcodes start with, like, if you list them alphabetically from 1 to 68 or whatever it is, that will form the first two numbers of your postcode. So Istanbul, where I live, is 34th down the list. So all Istanbul postcodes start 34. Now, he would have been born in Cappadocia, which is, I think, in a city called Niğde. Sketchy on that as well. I'm a bit sketchy on that. But then, so that would be like, I don't know, 52 or something. I love that I'm throwing all of this out there to sound smart, and all the details are incorrect.
I love, yeah, exactly. You might need to re-record that bit where you just you just cut yourself, and as you go, well, you know, I just happen to know all the little minor details of all the postcodes in Turkey.
Yeah.
What century?
Oh,
that was another question. So actually, you don't.
Bonus point, though, right?
Bonus point for sure.
3rd century.
Yes, 3rd century for the bonus point. Yes, and I tell you what, if you did by some miracle actually get the postcode right, I reckon you should just award yourself another one.
Brilliant. Right. Okay. My question then. So, not only is St. George the patron saint of all these different countries worldwide, right? But he's also the patron saint of a football team in Brazil. Now, what football team is St. George the patron saint of?
Oh, I hate this. I hate football so much. Okay. I don't know. I don't even know the names. I only know the names of like 2 football teams in Brazil. So there's like Boca Juniors and River Plate.
Right.
So if it's one of them,
some of them might be Argentinian.
I barely know any English football sides, to be honest. I don't know any Brazilians, so I'm just going to go for Boca Juniors, and the whole, comment section is going to go wild.
All right, brilliant. Woo! So it's Corinthians, right? The team's actually called Corinthians. Right. Now the interesting thing is this. So Corinthians, they play at the Parque São Jorge, obviously, right? But Corinthians are from Sao Paulo. St. George is or São Jorge is the patron saint of their football club, but Sao Paulo is the patron saint of their city. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's pretty weird. All right, so my next question is: how many countries have not the St. George cross, but St. George, a picture of St. George slaying a dragon in the flag?
1.
Oh, really? Just 1?
Yeah.
What is it? You know this. You know this.
I really don't. I just feel like I've seen that flag. That's all. And I'm trying to think where am I? Is it? Nope. So it's going to be some obscure country. It's going to be something like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something like.
You're right. It is 1.
Oh wow! I don't know. Azerbaijan.
That's not bad actually. The whole sort of Middle Eastern connection.
Right. Wait. When you said Middle East, something just flashed through my brain. Because you also went like not bad. That obviously means not bad, but not right. So forget about it. Go on in. I don't know. Give me half a point. Malta.
Although I could have sworn Malta had a Maltese cross, but when I looked it up, it was a image of St. George.
Brilliant. That's a better flag. That is a better flag. Let's be honest. Right. Look. So given that I've stormed into an early lead, I'm going to give you the chance to claw back some pointage. Okay. What I'm going to do I'm gonna just I'm gonna fire some countries at you, right? And I want you to tell me what their variant of the name George is.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
ready for it.
We're gonna start easy. Italy. Armani.
Giorgio.
Thank you. Good. I have to do everything for you, man. Right. Next. Portugal.
Portugal. That one's the one that you just said. Jorge.
Yeah,
Jorge.
Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Done. 2 points. We're going to get increasingly difficult, okay? Germany.
Oh, jeez. Jürgen?
Yes.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Okay, 3 points. Russia.
Rasputin?
Gagarin.
Gurgly. Gurgay.
No, fail. Yuri.
Yuri. Oh, yeah. Nice.
And last one, I think, Romanian.
My wife's Romanian, I should know this.
I know.
This is Giorgio.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I think it's close enough. I don't know. On the one I found was Georgia. I wouldn't know how to pronounce it. Ask your wife. Georgia.
Yeah, that'll do. Alright. Oh, that is a great question. That's a great question,
isn't it? There are more as well. Obviously, France. I wrote France, but France is too easy. It's Georges with an S.
It's just George.
And then go on. Guess the Slavic George. I think it's a bit too difficult.
The Slavic George would be Gurgi. Yeah, Gurgly.
Gurgly. George. I couldn't find Gurgly. That didn't come up in my research. Goran or Orion or something. There's another one, Orion or something like that. But Goran is the Slavic George.
Oh, wicked.
But anyway, that's not a question. Look at my Ender Dragon. Look at my Ender Dragon so far. Look at that.
Oh man, hang on. Is your Ender actually? Oh, yeah, he hasn't got wings yet, right?
No.
He's at the moment just some sort of he's some sort of dinosaur.
So that's the front Ender, and that's the rear Ender.
That's the rear Ender. Apparently, Georgian Dragon, the tale of Georgian Dragon, goes that that George was this Roman soldier, and I think he was based in some city out in the Middle East called Silen, and there was this hungry dragon. The villagers used to put the cows and sheep out for him, and he would just go and he would munch them. And then when they ran out of cows and sheep, they all put their names in a hat, right? And whoever got their name pulled out of a hat was the next sacrificial offering for this dragon. And everyone was totally okay with that until this princess gets pulled out of the hat. And so George, being, the hero that he was, he didn't save like the multitudes of people that that were sent to their death before. It was only when the princess gets pulled out of the hat that he's like, I better do something about this.
Right.
So at that point, George turns up with his spear and he's like, oi, none of that. And he pokes the dragon with his spear. And then he pulls off his belt, he slaps the dragon round the face, and seriously, you're up against this dragon, right? And you smack him with a spear and he doesn't go down. So what do you do next? You pull your belt off and show him your bum? Like, come on. And seriously, dude. So he pulls his belt off, slaps him with it, and then he throws like the amazing thing, which I didn't see in any of the legends. Like all these legends of St. George, they have him with a spear on a horse, right? None of them show him with his trousers down.
No.
The image of a knight on a horse is wrong. Like the heroism comes when he took his trousers down and throws the belt around this dragon's neck. The dragon goes, "All right, I'm done."
That's not fair. You didn't say you were going to use your belt. I'm going home.
Exactly. Can you imagine? Like this dragon's covered with scales. He's built like The Rock, and then just gets a belt around his neck.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's fascinating. That is absolutely fascinating. And I do feel kind of like let down now. I do kind of feel let down. I think I was expecting a more kind of swashbuckling, like heroic kind of character. What was he just? Did he just rock up in his like jeans?
How did he get to his belt? If it's in armor, how does he even get to his belt?
I'm starting to think this might not be a true story.
That brings me to my next question, right?
Hmm.
Because St. George apparently didn't really do a lot of dragon slaying. Up until about the 7th century, there were tales of another saint who slayed dragons. So what happens is that in this church in Cappadocia, there's another picture of a saint slaying a dragon.
Wow.
Before the time of St. George.
And you're going to ask me what his name was? Saint Tarik.
That's pretty close, actually.
Oh, really?
It's not bad.
It's not. Wait a minute, because I'm going to try and make a loose connection here. Now, what I do know is that St. George's Day is actually celebrated here in Turkey, not as St. George's Day. It's celebrated as something called Hydreles, which is like it's derived from two old prophets, Al-Hudr or something, and Ilyas, who the Greek form of Ilyas is Elijah. You might be familiar with the name Elijah. So I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to go with like one of those. Elijah or Ilyas or the other one, El-Hudr.
That's pretty good as guesses go.
Right.
That's pretty good. It's not right, I'm afraid.
Of course it's not right.
It's none of the above. The guy who came before him was a guy called Theodore. Saint Theodore.
Simon and Theodore. Chipmunks.
Yes, for real. And that's it. Basically, they thought this guy looks, this guy's a chipmunk. He can't possibly be slaying dragons. So they said, let's give it to George instead. So George, slowly, in the 10th and 11th century, George started slaying dragons 500 years after his death.
That's brilliant. I want that to be my legacy.
Well, you're just going to steal someone else's legacy?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I don't really want to go around slaying dragons or lions or wildebeest or anything, but I wouldn't mind if, like, 500 years from now, someone was like, "Oh, Tarik, yeah, he was a good guy. He used to go around like slaying dragons and stuff." My question then, right? So you'll be familiar with the 1973 martial arts movie Enter the
Dragon, of course.
The studio at the time didn't like the title Enter the Dragon. They thought it would be a bit confusing for mainstream audiences. So one of the original working titles was Hans what?
Island.
Correct.
Yes. Really? Was that it?
Yeah. Easy one, but I figured you need a bit of help.
Yes.
Hans Island. How rubbish is that compared to Enter the Dragon?
Alright, we were going to do Shakespeare this week, but we ended up doing dragons. So I thought for my next question, I thought I'd tie them in just in case you had started your Shakespeare research. So, how many plays mention St. George written by Shakespeare?
Right, The previous how many question? I went with 1 and I got lucky. So I'm going to go with 1 and hope that I get lucky.
No, you're not even close. You're not even close. So it's 3.
Well, that's quite close, let's be honest.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, should I just give you that then?
No, fine, alright, I'm wrong, but God, man, don't rub salt in the wound. No, I'm not even close. You're 2 away, God damn it. 3, go on then, what are they?
So it's Richard III, is Henry V, and hold on a minute. Did I write this down?
Just make it up, no one cares. Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, Romeo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and and something else involved.
Titus Andronicus.
It was, and the one that was called, I don't know, whatever his name was, St. George.
St. George, yeah.
The story is
right.
St. George, that's the one. Yeah, one of them, Henry V, has that quote, once more onto the bridge, England and St. George. All right. Yeah, that meant as much to you as a football one did to me.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
Brilliant.
Go on, back to Shakespeare then. How else is Shakespeare tied in with St. George? Something significant happened on St. George's Day in Shakespeare's lifetime.
Okay, we'll see.
The end of his lifetime.
Hold on a minute. Shakespeare's birthday is in March. And St. George's Day is like April the 23rd. So they're not born on the same day. But maybe No, they're not born on the same day. I reckon they died on the same day.
Yes.
Get out.
No, they did.
Really?
Apparently that's a fact. And apparently, I don't know where you're getting this Shakespeare was born in March business, because I think he was born on April 26th.
I'm going to play Shakespeare Week is is in March.
I think that's just because April's so congested with saints and all of that. They had to find another suitable time, and probably, I don't know, Romeo and Juliet was released in March or something. I don't know. Bonus point. Guess where this is from?
Cappadocia.
Yeah, man. How cool is that?
Oh wow! I know, because my local club shop's got one of them.
Oh right, brilliant. I bought it off St. George.
Did you?
Yeah, he was there. I saw this guy without a belt, and I'm like, you must be St. George. I don't know if it is just actually an upside down image of a guy's trousers, and that is the belt. You know what I mean?
That's perfect.
It could also be the theme behind this. But I think it's actually the fairy chimneys. They call these fairy chimneys in Cappadocia, where the wind has eroded the softer stone underneath the harder rock at the top. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted. Where were you going? What was your question?
I completely can't remember. Okay. So initially, apparently, even Theodore wasn't really much of a dragon slayer at all, because it turns out, right. So initially, the initial images of Theodore slaying what they think is a dragon, or they later interpreted to be a dragon, wasn't actually a dragon. What was it?
Right. So I think when I was doing my research on dragons, it said that dragons are mythical creatures that are based on elements of serpents and crocodiles and dinosaurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to go with one of those. I'm going to say a serpent, fire-breathing serpent.
That's the one. That's the one. So totally, it was a serpent. It was actually a snake. I think I'm done. Check this bad boy out.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
Look at that, man.
really pleased with the modifications I made on that.
That's fantastic. You've got like the fire coming out of his mouth and everything. Look at that. You wouldn't.
It's real nice because I made a couple of modifications here. I got I changed the claws. I took some claws off his feet, so he hasn't got quite as many claws, and stuck them on the back and the neck. And then I changed his face so that he's a little bit more he's a bit more bumpy. Got some more scales coming out of his face. The horn stuck it on the front here, and those Tyrannosaurus ribs stuck them on his head.
That's insane. That's the best thing you've ever made, I think. If you don't
I think
mind
you might be onto something there. I definitely feel it's the best. And look at this. So I've got a few more pieces just to accompany him. So this is St. George. As you can see, he's got a spear. I couldn't find a belt. But I reckon somewhere around there he's got a belt. And he can. What I could do, I could get him with, take his trousers off or something. Anyway, here we are. So that's him. And I've got a little skeleton here. And just stick the skeleton at the underneath his feet like this.
God is in the details.
Yeah, definitely. We've even got a dead horse over here.
A dead horse.
Dead horse, and this fella just looking down on him.
There's no mistaking him for a serpent, is there? Congratulations. So this is obviously my Ender Dragon, right? Which I just discovered shoots something out of its belly. Thus.
Oh, what?
I don't know if you
How's it
saw
work?
that.
Can you shoot that? Because my crow just fell off his head.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Because I pressed the button, and then when you press the button, this geezer just fell off. I can't believe it.
I mean, I don't call it the Ender Dragon for nothing.
Oh, multi-dimensional beast.
Yeah. So I've got the Ender Dragon. I also fashioned a little St. George out of bits left around Lego. So we can even set it against the backdrop of Cappadocia as well.
Oh, that is great.
Obviously, the attack with the belt didn't actually happen in Cappadocia, but let's pretend it did for a bit of atmosphere.
I love it.
So there we go.
Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. That crow right there, picking on this guy's balls. Here we go. From his ribs. That is lovely. Yeah, fabulous. I reckon that's the right keys. I think we got it.
Just for fun, I found some Chinese proverbs that mention dragons. Obviously, the dragon is a big part of Chinese traditions and beliefs and things. So a lot of their proverbs and idioms contain dragons. So I'm going to give you a proverb, and I'm going to give a blank, and there's going to be a blank in the proverb, and I want you to guess what that blank is, okay? In shallow holes, what make fools of dragons?
Who? Maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I just want to stay down for the rest.
Only in deep holes. Only deep holes from my pool.
Yeah, always deep holes. Always. In shallow holes, saints.
Moles make fools of dragons. In shallow holes, moles make fools of dragons.
That's a pretty good one. I like that. Okay, that's pretty deep. It's not that deep, obviously.
It's quite shallow.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. See you on the next episode of Beyond Blocks.
And on that note, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below.
And don't forget, if you like what you see, support us on Patreon. It will really help us to keep on making these episodes.